this point of the border, this is actually the closest we can get is the scenic byway. Though we were just on the border, the Peace Park, it's actually about a mile away, maybe a little more. It looks to me like for the rest of this this little stretch of the Turtle Mountains, all of the areas adjacent to the border are private property, so there will be no way to get up there and follow the border. Once we get out of the park, I think we can rejoin our old friend, the 108th Street. But we'll see what the conditions are like. Not sure why, but I expected the Turtle Mountains to be a bit bigger. This would be just rolling hills in Illinois. Now, Illinois is another one of these flat prairie states, and we don't have a lot of hills either. But the areas that do would call these hills and not mountains. I guess North Dakota is just desperate to have mountains in it to compete with Montana next door. out of the Turtle Mountains back down to the flatlands again. Well, that was fun while it lasted. I get to this main road up ahead, I'm going to be cutting over back to 108. So that'll be where we pick up. Well, I was unable to get on 108, and it's because it was just too sketchy. It was looked very muddy, very rustic, and it looked like this Jeep could conceivably get stuck. So I wasn't about to go down there. So I am on 106th, which is, just a mile or so south. We're still pretty close to the border. We're still within 3 miles. And I'm actually heading down here for a reason, specifically, because I'm going to catch a geocache in a couple of miles. I turned the camera on in the hopes of seeing more prairie dogs. When I first turned down here, I saw what I thought was a ground squirrel, but it was a little bit too big to be a ground squirrel. And it didn't have a tail. So I believe that's a prairie dog. And I was kind of hoping to see more. I haven't seen a lot of nature today, not even in the quote-unquote mountains. I just seen a few birds, but a lot of pheasants for some reason up here. A lot of ringneck pheasant. I'm guessing that's not a native species to North America. And of course, this is cattle country up here. So you have some cows coming up on the right. Babies in there too. Must say the quality of this road is pretty good. This road against my better judgment. The reason I'm coming up here is for a geocache, and it's just up ahead. Actually, it doesn't look too bad, but conditions can be deceiving. Oh, we have a sign. I think I'm going to leave the car here and walk up because it's not very far. So all right, here we are. This is a dam. There's a loon down there. here. We'll follow that. I'll let you know if I find the cache. Geocache found. It's right over there. I don't want to show you where it is because I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but this is a really beautiful little area here. A lot of kind of scrubby pine, and I don't know what these trees are, but it's clear they were planted by humans. So I think they're holding down this dune that we're on. It's a really, really nice place to walk. I imagine that when it's wet, but right now it's not wet. So all right, let's make our way back to the car. Looks like Canada's getting some rain, and it hasn't started raining here yet. But I'm heading that direction, so well, the car really does need washing, so that might be a good thing, as long as the rain doesn't last too long. Tumbleweed. Don't know if you saw that or not. Yeah, looks like we might get wet. Well, you know what my mom used to say, I'm not made out of sugar, so a little rain's not going to hurt me. Here's our first view of Montana. We're not there yet, but we will be very shortly. So we're approaching the end of the trip, and I have to say that it's been a lot more interesting than I really expected. There were a lot of interesting things to see on the way. Not even so much as the scenery. Of course, the scenery has been absolutely amazing, and watching everything kind of turn green has been a big part of this trip. But also, I'm about to enter a state that I haven't been in before. So that'll mean that there'll be only 3 states left that I haven't been to. And next trip that I do, setting off from where I'm going to end up in about 5 minutes, yeah, I'll get to that, one of those 3 states as well. All right, so this is how this trip ends. At least I'm not on the 109 street. That would be a complete disaster, I think. Here in about a minute, we are going to cross the border into Montana. And that is where this episode ends, and this is where this leg of the trip ends. With this, I turn around and I go back and go into Canada for my accommodation tonight. Oh, there is a sign over here. I don't know how easy it is to see it, but welcome to Montana, folks. I might hang out here for a few minutes and see if the rain stops. Welcome to Westby, Montana, Sheridan County. Might hang out here and see if the rain lets up and I can find a geocache out here. There's the Welcome to Montana sign there on the right. I'd like to think that this trip is not ending with too much of a whimper. I mean, if the weather had been a little bit better for this end part, that would have been good. But I have to say it's been a pretty good trip, and I've actually, it's been an interesting experience finding out what it's like here in the border counties of Minnesota and North Dakota, and this tiny little bit of Montana that I'm going into. With this, I need to turn around, head back. I need to get to my accommodation. At some point I passed into Central Time Zone, or not Central Time Zone, Mountain Time Zone. So I'm yet another time zone away from home. It's been a lot of fun, and I hope that you guys enjoy the videos. I'm going to probably have some of them up soon. And we'll see if people like them, and if people like them, people subscribe and so forth, then well, then there will be more, and of course I hope to make more anyway. So thank you very much for watching, and join me again sometime as we go around the edges. This is Tom Harris, and I'm signing off for now.